Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back to Late Night with TrevisMichelle. I am your host, TrevisMichelle, the one with the, I'm told, sexy voice. It's laryngitis, but I'm going to take that sexiness, okay? Because it's Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Thank you so much, guys, for coming back every single week. And I'm going to give you some time because you know how we do here, right? Don't I know I have to tell you, but I just want to remind you, for those of you who this is the first time, for those of you who are part of the crew, and if you're here for the first time now, you're part of our crew too. I need you to make sure that you're comfortable, that you have your beverage of choice. I have my lemon water in here in my favorite cup. And I want you to, take off those eyelashes, bonnets on, your do-rags on, put them chilling to bed, because we are going to have real talk up here in TrevisMichelle. We are going to find out the ugly side of the backstory. What exactly is the ugly side of the backstory? That is the struggle, the journey. How do you get to be an author, an international best-selling author, a successful mother, a successful parent? How do you get to that place where you're comfortable and have peace within your own self? How do you get to the place where you're comfortable in your own skin? Right? It's a process. It doesn't. You don't just wake up that way, even though we think we do. Even though on television they have us believing they do. No, we have to work at it. So what do you do to work at it? I see we have someone who's joined. If you come on and you join, it may not show your name, and I like to shout people out because I like to recognize you and say thank you. Just type your name in the comment section, and then that means that you come on to the actual StreamYard. Hello, Angelique. Yes, digital. Angelique is in the house. Make sure that you join her community over there on Instagram so that you can register on to get into Facebook, because she has that 5-day challenge going on so you can get your online course. Because you know what? Government, and I say government, and nobody else is going to take care of you except you. So you need to make sure that you get your ducats in a row, get your coins together so that you can take care of yourself. So Queen, thank you so much for popping in. What I want to do, I'm giving people an opportunity to come on. So I'm going to share with you that I am excited. Okay. Look, I am working on my online course, which will be launching in 4 to 5 weeks. And I have a journal coming out, right? Because this is the fourth quarter. Y'all, you realize that. Whether you are a business owner or not, this is the fourth quarter. We need to go into this fourth quarter strong. It's not the end. So we say, oh, it's the fourth quarter, it's the end of the year. No, it's the beginning. Because if you're in sales, etc., what's happening? You're already preparing for 2022. So we need to go in strong so that we know our path and get it together for 2022. And that's what I'm doing. Wynetta, thank you, Queen, for coming in. My squad is in the house. And that's what we're doing. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to tell you that October 26th through 30th, I am part of the Comeback Champions Summit, and I am a speaker. So I'm just excited about that. I will be doing some posting. Been a little lax on that, but I will have some more posting in my IG, which you find me at TrevisMichelle. Also on my Facebook at TrevisMichelle. And guess what? I am part of Herpreneur Network, so I'm her ambassador, and it's a group of it's Christian business women, and we're sharing. We're talking about business. We're talking about relationships. We have stories, so we're doing a boot camp, and guess what? I am one of the speakers, so I'm excited about that. And then in let's see, next year already. Can I tell y'all a secret? You better get your tickets because I am going to be a speaker in Puerto Rico, and I am so excited. I just found out about that today. I accepted, and you'll get more messages, you get more info, but I had to spill the beans. I had to tell y'all a little something. So you know what? Welcome. Please make sure that you share this this video, the broadcast going out. I want to tell you about my guest tonight. Our guest, right? Because this show it's called Late Night with TrevisMichelle, but it belongs to all of us because we are here as a village, as a tribe. Kim Jacobs When she comes on, I'll tell you exactly like how we met and everything. But Kim Jacobs is a Telly award-winning talk show host of the Kim Jacobs Show and is affectionately known as the Balanced Doctor. She has been a host for 13 years and has been featured on PBS, NBC, and the Word Network, which is an international network that has aired in 200 countries and over 86 million households. She is the daughter of the late Bishop Elijah Jackson and Ella Spratley. Raised by her single mother, Kim believes that women can succeed regardless of life circumstances. She accepted Christ at 18 and received her BS degree from James Madison University and a master's in business from Southeastern University. In addition to being a mother of 5 children, Frank Jr., Ivan, Gabriel, Jeremiah, and Jayla, Kim is a certified seminar speaker. Les Brown's Network. See, we got the real deal going up in here, y'all. And an entrepreneur. Kim created the Mother Dreamer movement to inspire mothers to raise powerful children while pursuing their dreams. Kim is the founder of Gabe's Heart Foundation, and we're going to find out a little bit more on how you can support, which honors her 12-year-old son, Gabriel, who passed away unexpectedly. She ensures that he is smiling from heaven by doing it Gabe's way through random acts of kindness. Without further ado, I am ready to bring on the illustrious, my coach, Kim Jacobs. Hi, Queen. How are you?
How are you, Queen TrevisMichelle?
I am doing so well. I'm just so excited to see you. Y'all, let me tell you. So now I can tell you because see, I wanted her on the screen as well. I was a guest on her show, did my little spiel because I was part of a summit and stuff. And, they have us speaking on people's shows. And she's like, oh, I want to speak to you. And I'm like, okay. Oh, what's she going to say? We said it, didn't we? So her producer was there. And she goes, I just need to tell you, it's not maybe, you have to have a show.
Have to.
I'm like, you think I have to have a show? I know I don't have to have a show, but I was very polite because my grandparents raised me to be polite and respectful. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, okay. And they talked to me and I was like, And in my head, I was rolling my eyes, but I was respectful. Well, guess what? It took me like 6 weeks. Next thing you know, boom, I was like, I'm doing the one-to-one. Let's go. And 4 weeks later, literally 4 weeks, the fourth week, I was broadcasting, which was July 28th, and I premiered in Miami. Because Kim was like, are you sure? I said, no, I brought all my equipment, the 2.5-year-old and the dog, and we were in our Airbnb. And that's right. And I recorded. So thank you so much, Kim, for seeing something in me and then sharing it, not holding back and saying, you pushed me. And you definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone because I looked and was like, oh, wow, there's a lot of work up in here. Y'all, it's nice. Come on and say what you got to say and leave. And you talking about you want me to do what? Because see, I am everything. See, Kim is big time. She has a producer. She has folks. Me, I'm the producer, the bottle wash, cook, everything. I have to do. What? So, but seriously, thank you so much for believing in me. So tell us, how are you doing tonight, Queen?
Well, first of all, I'm doing great. I must admit that I did have to go and just at least wash my face. And they're like, I was like, get it together, Kim. You on a late night show. You tired. Girl, I was getting a little tired, right? I was in my bed laying there relaxed. I was like, oh, man, don't get too comfortable. You need to get ready for late night with TrevisMichelle. You can't just be coming out just all baggy-eyed, right? But I was going down. But I did bring my beverage of choice, and I thought you would be pleased to know that I have a beverage that says Queen.
Yes.
Over it, Queen.
That's
am I in the right place? Queen, baby. So I said, let me come direct on late night with TrevisMichelle. So I got a Queen glass. My beverage of choice, since I'm kind of dried out here, is water. So it's not too fancy, but there you have it.
Thank you so much. You know what? And it's true. Now, guys, hi, Teray. Thank you so much. Hi, Shawnee. Thank you so much for popping in. Hey. Tilted Crown Squad is in the house. When we met and you said, okay, you said, look, I will work with you. I
Yeah.
will coach you through it. I'm thinking, coach me through it. I'm not, no. And you stuck right there. So I want you to, before we really get into the struggle, because I shared that part, just tell us just really short about your program of, being
Absolutely.
a
So
late
what
night host.
First of all, you are a dream come true type of client. You, no matter what happened, TrevisMichelle showed up. She was coming from work, working as a nurse, and her scrubs, trying to pick up her grandson. She was doing everything that was just regular balancing life, but it was a lot going on her plate. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter if we had to talk with her walking down the street, holding the grandchild, holding her in her lap, whatever it took. And that made you, in my opinion, an outstanding student. So you were eager to learn. I think that is such an important characteristic to have when you're taking on a new challenge. So you were very eager to learn, and I could see that you were going to do exactly what you're doing here. You're going to excel, and the greatness in you is definitely going to come out. So the program is actually for any authors, for motivational speakers, for business owners, for people that don't have any of those titles, that you know that you just have a story to tell and you want to share it through the form of a talk show. And so this platform is one of the platforms that I teach and train about, but it gives you the opportunity to get your story out to the world as well as to help other people get their message out. And that's through kimjacobsconsulting.com. So if you're interested in taking a course where I work with you one on one and I walk you through the process, I hold your hand, don't I, TrevisMichelle?
Do. She does. She
I
really
hold your
does.
hand the whole time. Everything that I know from A to Z, the equipment that I use, lighting, you name it, everything about developing your guests, getting audience engagement, you name it, I help you through that journey from my experience. And it's kimjacobsconsulting.com if you'd like to become one of the 5 clients that I'll be taking on in the next few days here. All right.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to be, to share that right away with people because they're like, oh, somebody might be bubbling over like I was not to be
Right.
a host. And I want to give you that same opportunity.
Yeah.
But I want you to just share with us from that personal perspective. Because, look, that late night with TrevisMichelle, the premise is ugly side of the backstory.
Right.
Well, guess who came up with that during this process of the show? It was Kim. Because I was like, she goes, well, what is your story based on? I told her and stuff, and I don't want a
Right.
theme. Some people have themes.
Mhm.
I don't have my theme. I just want people to come on and be able to share and motivate other people. Not me. I want you to motivate other people. So she came up with Ugly Side of the Back. So she kept saying it. And I was like, well, I think that should be the premise because I'm tired of looking at the shiny object. Oh my goodness, you're already made it. Now, if I'm struggling, I'm comparing myself because I see what you're doing. Meanwhile, I don't know what you did on your journey to get
That's right.
there.
That's
So
right.
start out by telling us about your PBS special. You've been on television. You've
Yeah.
received awards.
Mhm.
So this is not something that's new. But how as a Black woman and PBS, come on, y'all, it ain't a Black show. We know Channel 13 since we've been growing up. They ain't Black folk. So how did you navigate that? And what made you want to become, on a television host?
Well, going from PBS first, let's talk about that. The only reason I even had that particular opportunity, first of all, I know that God ordains our lives and He knows exactly what season we're going to be in and He orders our steps. So He already knows the end well before we even get along
Mhm.
on our journey. So it may be unbeknownst to us, but it's ultimately clear to Him. But what I actually did was I attended a networking event, and it's called eWomen Network for any of you that are interested in joining that organization. It's a professional organization with business women from all walks of life, business owners. And they do this thing called like a speed networking round where you get in a circle of like 8 people. And I shared my dream with the people that, hey, I want to be a talk show host.
Right.
And one lady from that group actually met me the next day for coffee. And I was like, okay, well, where are we going? So she took me to this old abandoned building in Fort Mill, South Carolina area. And I was like, wait, I don't know her that well to be going to this abandoned building like this, but I trusted the process. And so I went with her in the building. And in there, TrevisMichelle, there were like lots of lights, like bright, bright lights, like you're going into a Broadway performance. There was a seat in the middle of the stage, and then there were about 25 people, and all different. They weren't my complexion, but they were all Caucasians, and they were like, you know what? We have a show, but we don't have a host. We have a concept, we have the crew, but we don't have a host. And I was like, what? Well, I can definitely be the host. So I sat down in the seat and they said, act like it's your 100th show, not your first show. I sat down
Wow.
in that seat and guess what? Everything went flawless. I was able to get Mother Love to come in and do one of my pilot episodes, Mike Mentor. I was able to get Dominique Wilkins, Emmett Smith, which NFL Hall of Famer, NBA Hall of Famer, all of these people that came in to help make sure Les Brown, obviously he's one of my main mentors, and
Right.
George Frazier, they all came in and just rallied to support me in kicking off my show on PBS. So that's how it started with the PBS journey, and it was easier to get it aired because people were so supportive that were celebrities as well.
Wow. And you just took a chance.
I just literally took a chance with a young lady that believed in me, believed in my dream, and she said, "I think I can help you get there." I haven't even seen her ever again since. I've never seen the woman again since the time that we met in that networking round. But she met me that day, and it helped to catapult me to my goals and my dreams becoming a reality. Yeah.
Wow. That that's the ugly side of the backstory. But
Yeah.
you didn't give up. And that's what the message I'm hearing, you stepped out on faith
Yeah, definitely
because you
so.
had no clue. If somebody had told us that, you'd be like, like
Oh,
somebody
no.
told me, oh, you are going to be an international best-selling author and you are going to meet, be on the same stage with Lisa Nichols and Kim Coles. And I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, girl, bye. That is not gonna happen. But you
You're
know
ex-
what? It can happen. And actually, when I was a teenager, I used to mute the television. TrevisMichelle, I would mute the television and I would read the closed captioning to Phil Donahue and to Oprah Winfrey. Everything that they would say, I would just go and read it, and I would imitate Oprah at the time. I never ever want to be anybody else. Let's be very clear. But
Right.
she was definitely the black face of America from a female talk show
Right.
perspective. I really connected with her, and I felt like I can do this, I can do this, and so I just emulated her, not knowing that it would really become a reality in my life.
Wow. That is, you know what? And I'm so glad you said that because we'll mention celebrities' names. Nobody wants, you are who you are supposed to be, but we have to have examples. But don't make me be somebody else. So you
That's
are Kim Jacobs, the balance doctor. And you
absolutely.
saw your vision, you walked it out, and you believed in yourself.
Yeah.
Now, you were doing this while, because you have 5 children.
Yes.
So how did you balance doctor? You're married, 5 children, PBS television. That's stressful
Yeah.
because you have your guests. Everybody has a little funky attitude sometimes. You have a script, you have a timeline, plus them chilling. You getting up on the nerve. Your husband's like, okay, when you coming home, what's going on? I know you miss hot thing over there. So, share with us, how did you balance all of that?
That's interesting that you asked that question in particular, because the way that I did it is I actually pulled in help, and that's important to me, that you get the help from the people that love you and support you, and get
Mhm.
everyone on board. So that's the only way I was able to have this become a reality, is I officially had a family meeting. I made sure everybody was having buy-in and saying that we support you on this journey. We'll be where you need us to be and be what you need us to be in this phase of your life. So having the buy-in from my family and very close friends helped me get through the taping and the show runs and the bringing in the guests. That's the only way I could even do it, along with obviously God watching over me and giving me guidance in every aspect of my life. But
Okay.
having that help makes a difference. If you can get your family on board so that they're not pulling against you in the process, but they're on board with you, it makes it a little easier.
Wow. That's important because I never would have thought really like, hey, let's sit down and have a meeting about it. It's more, this is what I'm going to be doing. Y'all get on board. But to sit down, you actually, you gave them buy-in.
Yes.
It almost seemed like they were also vested in
They
your
definitely
success.
all were very vested in that part of my journey. Now in life, because we're talking about the ugly side of the backside. So I want to be very clear too that there are some things that happen along my journey that have taken some detours and some turns that I was like, ooh, I wasn't expecting some of these aspects or
Right.
roads that I would come up against. So there's some things that's happened that I'm not at liberty to go into great detail about, but I don't want to paint a picture on the TrevisMichelle show that everything's just been like peaches and cream and roses, because it hasn't been.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because
So,
that's what we do here. This is real talk.
yeah.
And this is why, because Kim was saying, oh, well,
Let me
what
drink some water
time?
on. Let me
Because
drink
she's
some water on that
exactly
note.
drinking. So I have to drink some too for my throat. But she was like, what time do you want your show and stuff? And I wasn't feeling the morning. I wasn't feeling the afternoon. I know me. And you, I wanted others. I said, I know that at the end of the day, I'm tired.
Mhm.
I want somebody who's not going to sit here, sell me to death, where I can feel comfortable with people who look like me,
Yeah.
especially women. And there are men who come on and we love our kings, but especially Black women, we
Yeah.
need a safe place to just kind of chill and share our real stories. Now, of course, it's only as safe as you make it,
Yeah.
meaning
I was
give
gonna say.
information that you want to share. That's
Yeah.
what makes it safe. Not because you're sharing and it's like, oh, we ain't telling nobody, because this is
Oh,
viewing all over the
everybody,
world.
everybody gonna tell whoever they want to tell. So if it's
Exactly.
out there, it's out there. So I don't. I feel like unless anything that I say can always be held against me in a court of law, and
Right.
it can also be placed on the front page of a newspaper. So if that's the
Exactly.
case, then keep in mind that whatever I say, it's out there. That's it. That's it. It's public knowledge. I don't care who say. Just tell me, and I promise. I promise. Everybody has one person that they're going to share stuff with, and that's normal to me. So I already know that,
Right.
regardless of what they tell you.
Exactly. So when you were working with me, and I was like, no, I think I want nighttime. And you were like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. And then we came up with late night with TrevisMichelle. So that, you know what? That's what you want to do. You want to take your beverage. We've talked about Yanni's on here. Y'all don't know what a Yanni is. It's the vajayjay.
Okay.
We've talked about uh, having some help with our stuff if we're single. And I mean, I've had a male guest and we talked about toxic relationships, but
Yes.
you actually selflessly set me up for success.
I'm so grateful. And you know what? That's the beautiful part about going to kimjacobsconsulting.com is people literally walk away with a permanent show. It's not once I give you the information that I give you and I walk you through those 1 hour sessions for 6 consecutive weeks in a row, you're walking away with some great information that's going to change your life forever. And this is your show now. I don't have rights to it. I don't do anything other than just come on right now as a guest, but it's yours and you own the rights to it forever.
Right. And and there was, and that's what I really appreciate. And yes, we're talking about ugly side of the backstory, but I have my coach on here. I'm here, one, because of God, and two, because of Kim Jacobs seeing something in me. So I'm just elated to be able to, she said yes, even to being a guest and having the support and also sharing her story.
Yeah.
So back to your story. Now,
Okay.
I want to give some highlight to Gabe.
Yeah.
Can you just share with us about Gabe? Because he's so special.
Yes. Gabe, I wear the pen every day. And even when I transition to heaven, I pray that somebody will make sure that pen is on me. I know all of us are ultimately going to pass away one day. So that's inevitable. None of us are going to cheat death. So that's going to happen. But I just never really expected that it would happen. I don't know why, TrevisMichelle, that everybody, we know it's going to happen, but at
Right.
the end of the day, when it happens, I don't know. I just simply wasn't prepared for it to happen, and it was a major side swipe for me. So I was like, God, this is what we teach and preach and tell everybody that we're going to be welcomed home to be with the Lord. Everything that I've talked to people about my whole life as a leader in ministry, but when it came down to my own child passing away and transitioning home And that being the very first night that he ever stayed away from home was when he stayed to move to heaven, was overwhelming to me to say. I can't even describe how. There are no words to describe how. And sometimes when I even go to talk about it, when you're talking about the ugly side of the backside, my heart aches. There's a physical pain in my heart when it comes to my son, because my heart is broken from it. But I know that I still have to go on, and I have to be a light and let my light shine and be a messenger of hope for the
Right.
rest of the world. I know all of that, but my heart still has that heaviness that I just don't know how to. I only God can help that get eased up, and that's just the best way I can word it. That's the only way I can word it, because yeah. But
Thank
he,
you.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He passed away. We know that because many
Right.
people may know my story. But he passed away at the age of 12, and he was playing a game of basketball with my husband and our sons. For the very first time, we had just installed this basketball hoop, and he was out. They were just playing a regular old game of basketball, and I had no idea that he had a heart defect that could
Mhm.
have been surgically corrected. That's why I want the whole world. If nobody hears me say anything, hear me, understand me. Get an ultrasound, find out from the physicians what the process is to get an ultrasound of your heart and your children's heart, because it can be surgically corrected, TrevisMichelle. And people can have extended life if they know about that. But if they don't know, then the first sign is sudden cardiac death.
Right.
There.
Right. No, that, and it's so, I'm so happy that you were able to share that, because you're touching so many people, and it's awareness. We don't know about it. And as you know, my day job right now, I'm a registered nurse.
Wow.
And one of my specialties besides the emergency room was cardiac.
Mm.
So people come in, it's like they were healthy, they had nothing, and then they had to have surgery. And it's just so happened that my one of my very close friends, she's like, I think she's like just turned 50, and they found out she had a hole in her heart all her life, and she's had this cough, and she had surgery over the summer. So, and they were like, her mother, they said they never knew, because you don't think, everybody's like, you're born, you're fine, you don't have any issues. They're not going to pay for
Right.
extra testing. But we as parents have to say, look, I have something in my family. I need to check this out.
That's right. That's the bottom line. You have to speak up and say, I have a friend. Say Kim Jacobs is your friend. But the only way you know to get this even done is because all of my children passed every physical.
Right.
Nobody, he didn't have any problems that we were aware of. And he was the bill of health in our family. Out of our entire family, he was the healthiest person in our family. So for this to be happening was something we would have never expected. And nobody can anticipate that.
Right, exactly. Nobody could anticipate that. I just want to shout out Kenise. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Mhm.
We have so many comments. We have Kim, his spirit is still with you, sending love
Oh,
and light. Um, it's so amazing that you have your own talk show, Travis Michelle. Cool backstory, says Asha. Thank you so much for popping in. Wynetta says, wow, your journey was amazing. Teray says, oh, wow, you worked that all the way out. So, I like to share people's comments
yeah.
because you're important. And it just drives me crazy when people get up and either they're speaking or they have a show or they're interviewing people and they don't acknowledge the audience. I don't always go and acknowledge every single person. I try because
You
it's
know my philosophy,
but
but make sure we acknowledge the audience.
exactly, always acknowledge people. My grandma taught me, she says, you know what? No matter who people are, we all want to see our name in lights.
That's
We
right.
all want to be
You want to
acknowledged.
be appreciated and
So
acknowledged.
that is important. And it might be the only time in their life that they're acknowledged and appreciated. But Kim, thank you for sharing that. We're going to go back in a little bit and talk about Gabe's Heart Foundation, but I'd like to take a quick commercial break. Y'all know I do my little commercial break, okay? Because until I get my other sponsor, I am going to tell you about me. So this is Travis Michelle, Late Night. You can find me on IG, Travis Michelle, on on Facebook at Travis Michelle. Please feel free to join Black Women Walking in Power Facebook group and Black Women United During Divorce Facebook group. And being transparent, I haven't been as active, but I have some stuff in the works because it takes time and it takes work to get all this done. And, having been under the weather a little bit. And I know people are like, wow, why would you share that? Because this is the ugly side of the backstory.
Right.
All right. I'm sitting up here. I make it a little moist. I'm going to say I'm moist. It's a fever, low grade on the low. But the show must go on. My voice is sexy, Kim. Thank you
That's
for
what I
taking
said. You got a sultry voice. Don't worry.
sultry.
Don't worry.
But the show must go on because this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
And when I realized that, I decided that, hey, you know what? International best-selling author. Yes, I am. Saving lives on
Proud
my
of you.
mind. So I will give you the link so that you can purchase an autographed copy of the book. I'm working on my online course, which I am so excited about. And you want to know what it's about?
Yes.
It's about teaching and empowering women, especially women, to build their confidence. How are they going to build their confidence? By walking in their power with my signature WALK method. W stands for willing participant because we have to have a mind shift, not mindset, so that we're willing to participate in our own growth. A, we have to take action. You got to do something. What? Faith without works is dead. So you got to put some work in. L, you have to love yourself. And I always say this is the hardest part. You have to love yourself.
Absolutely.
And K, you're going to kick butt unapologetically. You are not going to take any what? No, you're not taking any short change.
No.
Okay? Dollar bills only. I'm going to help you to do that. And I do it also by sharing my story. In addition, I'm coming out with a journal. I'm so excited about that. And in that journal is a 30-day journal using the WALK method because we need to think about that process. We just talk about it, but I want you to write it down because in the Bible it says, write it down, make it plain.
Make it plain, right?
You have to also speak into existence, write into existence what it is that you want, who you want to be. And it doesn't matter if it seems crazy or if it's unreachable.
No, if you
down anyway, write it down anyway.
Yeah.
And so, we talk about that, but I'm just so excited about that. And I was telling Kim, I got a phone call today, and your girl is going to be a headline speaker next year. So, see, already working on 2022.
Yeah.
Where? In Puerto Rico.
Can I get invited at least?
Absolutely. Y'all
Audience?
get all the info. Everybody's going to get all the information, but I was just really overwhelmed. Like, I'll tell y'all, I busted out crying because I'm like, what? Because this is what it's about, sharing my message. And because God is my pilot. And I said, God, I don't know how I'm going to get out there. So you have to do this. Yeah. So coming from where people didn't really know me to now I'm able to speak on stages, and y'all can check my SEO is real. Okay. On Google, it's real. My name pops up first. It's just awesome. So
I'm so proud of you, TrevisMichelle.
Thank you.
Very proud.
So that's my little commercial break. Now back to our regularly scheduled show. So, Kim Jacobs, tell us now about Gabe's Heart Foundation. How did that come to pass, and how can we participate and help?
Well, Gabe's Heart Foundation came to pass because it is to honor Gabriel Michael Jacobs' life and his legacy. Gabe wanted everyone to feel special. He literally went to extremes to make everyone feel like you were somebody important. You're his best friend. He was considered guardian Gabe at his school. I didn't even know that until after he passed away, that at his school, he was the anti-bullying mediator. And because he was 5'10" at 12 years old, he was a giant wearing a size 13 grown man shoe, and nobody messed with him. But because people were messing with other people, he served as their mediator and helped them become friends. So I found that out from a lot of petite Caucasian young ladies, these white little young girls. They were like, he was my guardian angel. I was like, oh my gosh. So we started Gabe's Heart Foundation to be able to keep Gabe's heart beating and to do random acts of kindness in the community called Doing It Gabe's Way. We spread awareness to everyone about sudden cardiac death and how we can go about eradicating anti-bullying and get rid of bullying at all costs, okay? So that's what we do with Gabe's Heart Foundation. And the
Wow.
way people can get involved is go to gabesheartfoundation.org, gabesheartfoundation.org, and be a part of us in any way, volunteering, partnering with us so we can do more random acts of kindness. Anything that you give, we go back into the community and we do it Gabe's way.
Wow, that is great. I have placed the link there for people who are popping in for the first time or watching the replay. You don't have to go hunting for it. Gabe's Heart Foundation is there. Make sure that you support. Because it takes money. So we need some ducats here. We need your coins so that we can continue to spread the word. This is something that is positive, that's good. And we need to get the word out there. It's all about awareness. And you know what? Gabe is still watching over all of
Oh,
us.
he's smiling. He's smiling from heaven for sure. And one thing I'll tell you, we just went to Goodwill last week, and everybody that was in the store, my friend Sean went up to the microphone and she made an announcement and she said, "Listen, every person that comes to the register within the next 10 minutes, all of your items are going to be paid for." I have never seen so many people dumping stuff in their baskets and just coming to the register. And we told them that, they still made it in the time frame or whatever. And every single one of them, no matter what their race, no matter whether they came and could afford it already, it didn't matter whether they were homeless or just coming in to try to come with another group of people to pick up some clothing. We paid for everything. We did it Gabe's way. So thank you to all of our sponsors that support Gabe's Heart Foundation through these donations. That's the only way we can do it. So lots of people got random acts of kindness, and WCCB in Charlotte was there to witness the occasion.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. You know what I'm excited about? See, Kim didn't, we talked about Gabe, and I wanted to spend some time because I think the awareness for our parents is really important. So I spent quite a bit of time on that intentionally.
Oh,
But you know what? You have your show, the Kim Jacobs Show, every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. And this is not easy work, guys. I mean, I love it, but it's not easy because you got to have the guests. It's a lot of background work we have to do. And you're always talking and promoting, encouraging, putting someone else out there. And so I feel so honored that I'm able to allow you to sit back and you be interviewed, and it's all about you.
Yes.
Always make it about everyone else. And she's so selfless, and her heart is so good. So thank you. And see, now you can sit back and be like, oh, I don't have to ask the questions.
I know. I don't know what to do. I'm like,
I can say, yeah. You're like, wait, I'm used to I gotta get the next question.
Like TrevisMichelle. I'm in the question mode, but I'm in the hot seat today.
Nefertina, thank you so much. She says, love you, Kim Jacobs.
Oh, I love you, Dr. Nefertina. And I don't know if you know, but she's the person that spearheaded Rise Up, Women Who Lead Building a Legacy. So if you have not gotten that book on Amazon, or you can visit Dr. Nefertina Serrano's page. This book is about all kinds of women, even princesses from countries are a part of this anthology. Over 33 authors rising up, and women that are leaving a legacy on this earth. And I'm one of the authors too, by the way.
Oh my goodness, this is great. And you know what? This is what we do on Late Night with TrevisMichelle. We share. Everybody, we're going to promote each other. It's not like, oh, wait, give me all the spotlight. Don't talk about. No, we need to share and promote each other. And this is so important. So Dr. Nefertina, absolutely. There's your book.
No, this is Kenisa Twaru's book.
Oh, excuse me, Kenisa Twaru.
This right here is Kenisa's This is How I Fight My Battle. And I know that she's on here as well. So you definitely want to get that as well. I'm a part of several anthologies, but Dr. Nefertina Serrano's book just hit #1 international bestseller on Amazon on multiple categories. So.
Wow, that is great. Congratulations, Queen. We also have Ella Spratley. Mm-hmm. And
hey,
Ella
Mommy.
That's right. I was about to say, that's why I went, who is that? That is Mom. And she,
Rainbow.
Ellis Bradley says, we feel Gabe's spirit and see signs of his love very often.
Yes.
It's great. I'm so happy that you were able to come on here, Mom. We appreciate you. Vicky Evans says, I'm Kim's #2 fan. Miss Ella is #1.
Vicky L. Evans is amazing. She's a playwright and she wrote a book. She wrote multiple books, Knowing Your Worth, and all kinds of great books that she has too. But she's doing a play at the Blumenthal Theater in Charlotte, North Carolina, that's going to be called The Gift, and it's talking about knowing a person's value. A man that's gone from homelessness, where people treated him a certain way, but really at the end of the day, he was somebody very important, but they didn't know that along the journey. So I love celebrating other people, TrevisMichelle, as you can see.
Yes, you do. And you know what? But, you know, and this is why you're so successful, because when you can also put other people forward, when you can shine a light on them, the light shines back on yourself as well. So just like when my grandma used to say, when you're pointing at someone else, you have, you know, that the 2 fingers, right? Pointing at them. There are 3 pointing back at you. So we're using this, I'm turning it into a positive, that when you shine the light on someone else, that allows the light to shine on you, and it allows you to continue to grow and to give back. And that's really, really, it's so important. So now,
wait, before you transition, can I share one thing that is important about Gabe before we get off?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me just share. This is Gabe's picture. Can you see that?
Oh my goodness, he's so handsome.
And he was 5'10" and the anti-bullying mediator at his school, and loved everybody, played football, avid football player. So his brother started playing football in honor of him. But when my mom was saying we always get signs about Gabe, on the 1-year anniversary of his death date, exactly at the exact same time that he had passed away, his brothers went out to play a game of basketball to honor him. They had not played a game of basketball the whole year, the entire year, because nobody wanted to be on that hoop court.
Right.
It happened. And I'm trying not to go too south, but that night they went out and they played a game of basketball to commemorate him. And they looked up in the sky, and in the sky was this upside down smiley face. Can you see that?
Wow. Yes, I see it.
That upside down smiley face rainbow. I had never seen a rainbow with a smiley face in my whole life. And that's the picture that was in our yard. So we call that the Gabe smiling from heaven. And those are just some signs of Gabriel that we have. And again, I had never seen a real smiley face. We have a picture with the eyes and the nose as well, but this is an upside down rainbow. This was a picture from our backyard.
Wow. Because, you know, rainbows, they go across, right? They don't come. That is
Gabe always smiled and showed his dimples. So I just believe that God, and I'm not some mystical theory person, but I believe that God is specifically shining down on us to let us know that Gabe is okay and that he's smiling from heaven.
And you know what? He is also your guardian angel.
Oh yeah, he's one of my witnesses that will always be cheering me on and celebrating me and all of my family, all his dad, his siblings, his grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody.
And you know what I always say, because anyone who knows me for 5 seconds, y'all know how important my grandparents are to me, especially my grandma, right? And that's why I have over here, I'm in my grandparents' home. I now own it. It's passed down. And this is their, I spent a mint, although I talk the people down. I'm just saying. But what I did, this represents their marriage vows. That's why it's double ring and it's the Swarovski crystals. It represents that. So even though my grandmother isn't here and I can't hold her and I can't hug her, but she's in my heart. So as long as Gabe's in our hearts, we share, you know, his good works. We share his legacy, because he left a legacy. At 12, he left a legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then he is always with us and he is always alive. We just can't physically touch it.
And
So
my mom is standing here, even though she's not on camera. She's standing right here. And my mom uprooted her life and came to be with our entire family when my son transitioned from heaven, from earth to heaven. And that's something I don't take for granted, because she didn't have to uproot her entire existence
right.
and really move with us to help us get through this very challenging time in our lives, So
See, and but you know what? And that's that inner circle, and you're fortunate that it's family, because sometimes they're not the ones, and you have your mom here. So mom, thank you so much, Miss Ellis Spratley. I know you hiding from the camera, just showing your hand
No,
and
I'm
everything,
not.
but we see you, we love you, and we thank you for all you do. Oh my goodness, hi mom.
I'm here.
Isn't that a great picture? Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful picture. Thank
So
you
you
so
should never
much.
take for granted if you have your mom and your dad or anybody that is your close loved ones that you can just hug on and thank them in life and be connected to them. It makes a difference.
It does make a difference. And now you have really told the ugly side of the backstory, because when we're looking at you as award-winning television host on PBS, author, best-selling author, mother, wife, wonderful daughter and friend, but it came with a price sometimes.
Yeah.
And you still kept going, even though it was hard. And no, you lose a child, it's hard. You lose that person that's your rock, your mom is put, or whoever that person is, it's hard. So, but you went through anyway.
Yep.
Right? That's the ugly side of the backstory.
Yeah,
That
no matter what. It just
they
keeps
just see you on the, oh, I'm the balance doctor, you have your coaching, we see all these wonderful things, but how do we get there? And that's what Late Night with TrevisMichelle is all about. And I thank, everyone for constantly supporting, because y'all don't have to be here at 10 o'clock at night. Y'all need to be here at 10 o'clock every Wednesday, though. I'm just saying, because this is your time. This is your time to shine, have your beverage of choice. And
I knew I was coming on a queen show, so I had to get a queen glass.
come on now, represent. Queens up in here.
Yeah.
Okay, and if there are any kings that are going to be watching the replay, in the house too, because we love our kings. All right, we're not hating on you. We're loving on you, King. But I do want to share. Dr. Yolanda Jerry is in the house.
Hey, Dr. Yolanda Jerry. She also is student in my course as well for KimJacobsConsulting.com. So
that's right,
a graduate of the program.
And Dr. Yolanda Jerry has the Dr. Yolanda Jerry show. So make sure on Thursdays, 8 o'clock, that's tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that you get over there, because she has some great guests, great topics.
Oh, yeah.
And this is October. So I have two things I want to do. One, acknowledge breast cancer awareness. Yes. Go and get your mammogram, do your self-exams, take your bra and stuff off. Don't just at the end of the day and throw it in the corner. I need you to then look in the mirror after you've showered. That's and right. Look at your breasts, feel your breasts, do the self-exams, and get your mammogram. Okay, that's really important for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
No matter how uncomfortable it is, it doesn't matter. Just get it done. Get it done.
Right. And number two, this is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And Dr. Yolanda Jerry, but she's all about that, supporting women, men as well, because it's not just women who go through domestic violence, right, but that we're aware of it and that we hear and we're listening. And when we ask somebody, how are they doing? You wait for the response instead of, well, I ain't going, that's their business, that's their place. So one thing that I did learn is the sign. How do you know if somebody's being abused and they're asking for help and they're in the street? Mm-hmm. And you have your fingers, together, the fist is in, and you close it down. And that means that they need help. And so it's dear to me, because I'm also a survivor and thriver. Because I did more than survive, I'm also thriving. So I'm a survivor. And if you get outside and then people are like, well, how? Because they're not going to leave your side. They don't want anybody to know. And you might be a child. It's not just adults and it's not just women.
That's right.
So I need you to make sure you know the sign that when you see it, because they can't always write a note. Some people have been found on, there's trafficking a lot. There's a lot going on. Your hand is like this, you put your fingers inside, and they close it down. And that is a way to let people know that, look, I need help. All right. So make sure that you pass that on. So it's just really important that I share that with you. Comments. Hello, Vicki Lanell Evans. She says, yes, I'm a lifetime advocate to end domestic violence. We are kindred spirits. Absolutely.
And she's going to be talking about it on my show on Friday at 11 o'clock, dating and domestic violence and dating abuse. So she's going to be one of the people talking about that.
See, well, we're always working.
Yeah.
We're always sharing. There's so many people. I also want to thank you so much, Dr. Yolanda Jerry, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. I'm going to put this number up for us. It is 1-800-799-7233. Yes. Also, you can contact www.thehotline.org. Okay. So those of you who are coming on for the first time, thank you so much. For those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much. Yes, we have a good time on Late Night with TrevisMichelle, but it's a serious job here, okay? But we have fun. So I'm just tired of us taking everything so seriously. High blood pressure, stress. Do I take the vaccine? Don't I take the vaccine? Do I go to work? Do I not go to work? Do I go to the party or go, socialize, or do I not socialize? There's so much going on. Do I stop taking the aspirin, or do I take the aspirin? There's everything going on out here, right? Here in New York City next month, we'll be voting for a new mayor. There's life.
It's never ending.
Every Wednesday, y'all know you can be here at 10 o'clock. You're going to be educated. You're going to have some fun. We're going to cry. We're going to get upset sometimes, but we're always going to be here to support each other and to learn and to grow. So, I need you to now, Kim Jacobs.
Yeah.
You've told us during the show, like, how to find you, but I need you to tell us, where can we find you and what's going on? What's next?
Okay. Well, you can always find me at the Kim Jacobs Show on Facebook or LinkedIn Live as well, or on our YouTube channel, which is The Kim Jacobs Show. You can subscribe, turn your notification bell to all. And when we go live every day at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So every day there's a episode for you to tune in and watch and be a part of the experience, where people are sharing their backstories, what they've had to overcome, because there are so many different experiences in life and circumstances in life that you can get overwhelmed and feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulder. And it really does feel that way. On our show, on the Kim Jacobs Show, you're going to hear what people have overcome to become who they are today. And then they're going to share their strategies and tips to help be able to provide you with that missing piece of the puzzle that might help you in your journey. So you definitely want to be a part of that.
Right. Now, where else can we find you besides you have the Kim Jacobs Show, IG, LinkedIn, where?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you can also go to Instagram, and it's The Kim Jacobs Show. You can also go to Kim Jacobs, The Balance Doctor. If you look up Kim Jacobs, The Balance Doctor, or The Kim Jacobs Show, you're going to find me on all of the platforms across social media. And KimJacobsConsulting.com if you're interested in starting your own show as well. And I've talked to you about that. To get any of the books that I've become an author of, which I have several books: Extreme Balance Makeover, How People Balance Different Aspects of Their Lives, This Is How I Fight My Battle, and Women of War, as well as Rise Up, Women Who Lead, Building a Legacy. You can go to KimJacobsShow.com, KimJacobsShow.com. So those are some things about me.
Good. Now, who's going to be on tomorrow at 11?
So tomorrow at 11 is going to be a lady named Janita Medina who's going to be on, and she's going to be talking about integrated parenthood, how she has a values-centered approach to her parenting style. So you'll be able to hear her. And then on Friday, we have a panel that's going to be talking about dating as adults over a certain age and dating as young people, as well as we have some other experts that's going to come in and talk to us about some trending topics. So we're going to have a good time.
And now, are you on set? Is it Saturday and Sunday, or just Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
We're the Kim Jacobs Show.
Perfect. Because I'm trying to make sure that people are able to find you. I'm putting all the links in
Well, while you're
You
putting
will
that
put
in, I do want to tell people that no matter what is going on in life, God already knew what you were going to be experiencing. So my joy is not in individual people, but my joy is in the Lord. And I believe that it's so important for people to know that if we put like kind of hitch our wagon to what we believe as our higher power, our higher source, we'll be able to better balance this thing called life. And really, even when we look like we're out of balance, are we really out of balance? In my opinion, no, we're really not, because God already knew that we were going to be experiencing that particular trial or tribulation in our lives. So I'm not out of balance no matter what it looks like at that moment.
Wow, that is good. And when we were talking about that, when people say, we have to have a work-life balance, and my girlfriend corrected me, Tiffany Teachy, who is a mechanical engineer and a #1 international best-selling author of children's books, and also the co-author of Saving Lives with While Fighting for Mine, which is my book. Um, she says, no, we're not doing that anymore, where it's work-life balance. We're doing work-life integration.
That's good. I love it. I
So
love it.
now I don't say that, I say it's a work-life integration.
I love
Because
it.
how are you going to weave things in? It's, we're always saying that we're off balance, then no, we just have to learn how to, adjust.
It's just a season that we're going through in our lives, and God already knew that season, and He already predestined what was going to happen. He knew the outcome of what was going to happen, and we're just walking this thing out. And He's like, "Hey, I've given you everything you need. You're equipped with everything you need to make it on this journey called life."
That's
So,
right. And it's the people that help us. So we have to be able to accept the help, because we're strong. And come on now, in our community, Black women too, we can do it. I'll handle it. No, sis, there's more room at the top, and we can get there faster
yeah,
together.
that's right.
Tanya Nixon Anderson, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. I'm asking you guys to share this video out. Share Late Night with TrevisMichelle,
Yes,
Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are interested, you're an author, you're a speaker, you have a message, you're a coach, you can definitely DM me here on Facebook, and we can, see if we're a good fit. And that's how I'm putting it, if we're a good fit for the show, because we're positive on here, even if it's a subject that, can be painful.
right.
But when you step away from Late Night with TrevisMichelle, I want you to feel better than when you came in. I want you to leave knowing you are enough. I want you to leave knowing that you have hope. I want you to leave knowing that you now are part of a tribe. And what is that tribe? That tribe is called Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Because we can come on here, we can comment, we can laugh, we can cry, and we can work together. So, Kim, I am just so excited that my coach, the person who, is God #1 and #2 is Kim Jacobs. That's why you guys are looking at me every Wednesday. That's why whether people have canceled, because life happens sometimes and I have to come on, or I'm, not feeling my best, but I'm still here. I'm showing up. And so that's what I want you to do in life. I want you to show up regardless.
Yeah,
Get out of your own way, get out of God's way, show up every day, be the best you. And
that's
the
all.
best you does not mean that you have on your Louis Vuitton, your hair and lashes and everything's
Yeah.
perfect. Being your best you is getting up and saying, you know what, I have another day to
Yes,
try again,
that's right.
to continue on. And
That's,
while you're doing that, I need you to forgive yourself
yes.
while you're forgiving everybody else. Kim, you are beautiful. Could you leave us with, some nuggets, some gems before we, I can't believe it's like already 10:59. So leave us with some
Absolutely.
gems.
Absolutely. I just 100% want you to know that God is not a to do. And when we recognize that He's not just one of our things to do, but He's the main do, if that makes sense, that our entire outlook on life will change. Everything changes when we know that everything is working together for our good. Even if it doesn't look like it, you don't know what the outcome may have been had you continued to just force your way through a situation that wasn't meant for you. So
Right.
you want to make sure that you recognize that we have someone that's working on our behalf and has our best interest at heart at all times. against all odds. And no matter what we experience on this journey called life, our affliction is light compared to what I only can talk about my personal Lord and Savior, what he's endured by going to the cross on my behalf. This that I'm going through is light compared to that. And after I've had a son pass away, there's not much that can really rattle my cage that much. So
Right.
I'm telling you that you can do this. If it's on you, it's for you some kind of way to get through it and to encourage and inspire other people because people are watching you and they want to see how you're going to get through your so-called trials and tribulations in life. You're inspiring somebody and your story makes a difference.
Well, Kim, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being, becoming my friend and being part of my tribe, and me being part of your tribe.
Thank
Now,
you.
we are going to spread the word about Gabe's Heart, and we have the Gabe'sHeartFoundation.org. I want to repeat that again. Parents, make sure that you have your children's sonograms, have their hearts, and tell them, look, somebody in my family, I know someone, their kid, played sports, and we want to check their heart.
That's
And it's reasonable. So you do that. Make sure that you also follow the Kim Jacobs Show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. She has awesome guests.
And follow TrevisMichelle Late Night with TrevisMichelle every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She is a winner. So if you're connected to her, you're going to only go higher and higher and higher.
And I thank you so much for that. Because, like I said, who knew a year ago where I would be? But I want to tell you about my guest next Wednesday. It will be 1 year since I've become an international bestselling author. So we're going to have several of the authors on. We're going to have a good time laughing and cutting up and talking and sharing what our year has been like, the ugly side of the backstory. What have we done? Where are we going? And not all of the authors are going to be here, but a lot of them will. So I want you to come back with your beverage of choice. Y'all know, have on your bonnet, take off those eyelashes, your do-rag, have that on. But your girl though, she's gonna have her face beat and everything, because I ain't coming out there like that. It's my show.
I know. I was looking at you. I was like, you talking about something? Don't put no makeup and stuff. I'm like, does she have on makeup, girl? Bye. I better hurry up and get me something on. I'm gonna have a bonnet on messing with you.
But I want you to come back next Wednesday with us and have an awesome time. Make sure more time before I go, know that there are people who need us, and domestic violence is real. So if you see with the hand, I'm sorry, like this, and then close, that is a sign that they need help and they're being abused. It could be trafficking, you don't know, emotional, verbal. Please, let's be aware so that we can make a difference, because one person makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Well, guess what, guys? Thank you so much. It's been an honor. Thank you for coming, showing up. This is TrevisMichelle, Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Guess what? I'm too much for some. I'm not enough for some, for others. But guess what? I'm always just right for me. Hi, Dr. Joe. Thank you so much for popping in. Good night.